Hello and welcome to BW London podcast. So I'd imagine, like me, a few of us are getting a little bit like, oh, why can't we see the people on Kevin Samuel's show no more? Why can't we see the interaction? Why? And believing it's coming back, guys, it's not. It's not, I promise you. Because he upgraded his cameras and now he makes them flip between screens and his reactions. And this was his vision. This is definitely his vision. And if you've been watching him for any length of time, me just under a year, you would know he's an extremely stubborn man. And I know he will not take advice. People say, oh, but they want to see, he'll probably say, you'll see people on the Instagram and I'll upload the Instagram ones to YouTube and that's where you'll have it. But right now I've got my cameras and I'm flipping from my face to my shoulder to my voodoo dolls to my voodoo triangle. That's what I'm doing. No, trust me, he won't be changing that. He will not be changing that. Because, you see, when the market saturates, with all things, when services are, when demand is great and you're hitting a certain amount of sales, in this case views and so on, you can pretty much do what you want and you can start to tailor things to how you like it because people are going to come anyway. It really is that simple. You might lose a few. Who cares? And I've always known that about marketplaces. Like when you try to call up customer services, I'm like, this organization just too big. It's just too big. Fantastic Cleaners is such a good example of that. I don't know if they have that in America, but I used them in the first 4 years. Sorry, I've gone off topic, but I've got to talk about it. I used them in the first 4 years of them coming into their organization. And it was when I first moved into my property. And when I say they clean, they dust down the radiators. They clean places I hadn't even thought of cleaning. They went in, especially on the dusting. Now, nearly a decade later, I use their cleaning service very rarely. And it is because they do nothing like that. And at some point, I just realized, oh, the organization is just too big. Even when you're complaining more to a director manager. Now you're complaining to a huge organization. It's just crazy. Yeah, so Kevin Samuels is as big as Fantastic Cleaners. Is my point. And he can do what he wants. And he thinks that this is the better option, seeing him and seeing his expression. And, you know, once Kevin Samuels decides something, that's that. You know what I mean? Like, he's decided, you look at how he is about people copying his content. Like, ultimately, it's promotion and it's never going to be bigger than him. And it's just something, but he's not having it. Do you know what I mean? When he has the mindset, that is that. So, yeah, it has made it harder to watch though. I fall asleep often during it now, and I watch it with my eyes closed because there's nothing really to look at. There's no females' expressions or just interaction and so on. So it's definitely made the show a bit dry for me, and I don't stay up for it the last couple times that it was on because I had a feeling it would be like that, and it was. But for those of us that are fans and enjoy the show, like I said, expect to see more of him from different angles, flipping between expressions, bringing us that humour that is, I call it the O'Shea Jackson humour. I could just imagine their conversations. I really think they share the same humour. But all right, well, thanks for listening.